Welcome to the replay. Be sure to go ahead and tap the screen for the hearts. Welcome, Given Shelley. Welcome, Minister Sharon. Welcome, Lady Ashley. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, Lucia. Welcome, Miss Kaylee. Thank you for the hearts. Yes, let's double tap away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Welcome, everyone. Hi. Hey, everyone. Let's go ahead and share this broadcast, everyone. Let's be a blessing to the people that are following you. Look at you, Minister Sharon. You did it before I even asked. Awesome. Please go ahead and swipe up if you have an Android and click on share broadcast. If you have an iPhone, swipe left to right. I missed you guys too, man. It felt so weird not being with you guys today. Thank you for inviting your followers. Thank you. You guys are so awesome. Thank you. Good evening, Miss Gregory. How are you? How is everyone doing today? How was your Sunday? I am back home. I was away in Atlanta. Thank you for sharing with your followers, Tamika. Where you been? You need a word? You're funny. You know what, Miss Gregory? I was on, welcome, Monet. I was on, well, technically this morning. It was really late. I was on at like 2 o'clock in the morning. So that's probably why you haven't seen me. But, yeah, I had a long day. Thank you, Minister Josh. I know she was happy to see you guys too. I was away in Atlanta, and I got home really late last night, so I wanted to do a scope before I went to sleep. So there's a good chance that if you haven't seen me throughout the day, I'm probably going to do a late scope. So just go back and look at the replay so you'll find something there. But welcome, everyone. If you have not done so yet, go ahead and share this broadcast with your followers. Yes, sir. Swipe up if you have an Android. Click on share broadcast to Facebook, Twitter, and on Periscope. Swipe left to right if you have an iPhone, and do the same as well. And so I'm going to get started. But before I do that, I want to know who's watching me. If you are watching me the first time, put the number 1 and let me know where you guys are watching me from today. Where in the world are you watching me from tonight? Let's go ahead and see where you guys are from tonight. Thank you for the hearts. I totally appreciate you guys. The hearts mean so much to me. So where you guys? No newbies. Everybody's been here before. Chicago. Welcome from Chicago. What is your name, Miss Kaylee? Is it Kaylee? I like to know who you guys are. Charleston, South Carolina. Welcome. Charleston, South Carolina. I just came from the South. Your special deserver. Oh, thank you, Miss Gregory. I appreciate that. Rochester, New York in the house. Welcome. Is it Kalila? Kayla. It's Kayla. I'm probably butchering your name right now. I apologize. All right, everyone, we're going to get started. I'm going to go ahead and introduce myself. Kaylee's a nickname, so I'm going to stay with Kaylee so I don't mess it up, okay? Is that fine? All right. So, yes, let's get started. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is Sharita Leon. I am a 2-time #1 best-selling author with books that were on the bestsellers list for over 2 years straight. And I am also a life, relationship, business coach and a marketing strategist entrepreneur. And I help people and empower them to live their God-given purpose while being profitable and building a strong online brand and presence. And I'm also a believer, so my faith is exuded in all that I do. And so tonight, I want to talk to you all really quickly. I say quickly, but hopefully I am quick and I don't go too far in. But I want to talk to you guys about being persistent and not taking no for an answer. Welcome at Shakila. Now, guys, continue to do the hearts. I love it. Your hearts are like saying amen. So double tap away and go ahead and let you, whatever I'm saying is bringing value to you. I want to talk to you about being persistent. Sometimes, we somehow get it, the notion of being said no as a way of stopping. We sometimes think, well, if it's not happening now, if I went through one door, one person said no, that means, well, it's not going to happen. Or sometimes what a lot of people do, especially in the faith, is, oh, well, I guess it's not God's will. And we tend to forget that, sometimes you have to go and make things happen, and the door will be shut in your face over and over and over again. Let me share a story with you that happened to me today. So this morning I had to fly out from Atlanta back to New York. And I was late. And y'all gotta pray for me because me and time, I don't quite know exactly what it is, but a lot of times it's hard for me to be on time. Now I've gotten a whole lot better than what I used to be, but I still have a long ways to go. And so I had to catch my flight and I was late. And so Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out, should I take the train to the airport, or should I take a Uber? I'm trying to find all these different ways. I'm like, I have to get on this 11:45 flight. And so my sister drops me off at the train station a little further away from her house. Then I decide to get the Uber, and the Uber guy can't find me. And I'm like, oh gosh. So he can't find me. I'm like, the time is running, clicking. So finally the driver comes and he finds me. The driver finds me, know we're headed. I'm like, okay, listen, I have a flight to catch in less than 30 minutes. I need you to get me to this airport. So we're talking, he's having a good time, whatever. I get there, and I would have made it probably really close, but I would have made it to my flight if it wasn't for one of the ladies that I was dealing with. So I did make my flight. So I get to the desk to let them know, hey, I need to catch this flight. Well, let's tell them, well, you can't come on here because you're not even, the plane was at 11:45. It is now 11:20 something. We shut the doors at 10:35, so you're not going to make it. In my mind, I wasn't even thinking about, I can't make it. My mind was, okay, you're going to have to find a way to get me on this flight or figure something out, but I'm going to get on this plane. So the guy's like, well, you know what? You didn't check in. You had to check in 30 minutes before, whatever the case is. I said, no, that's incorrect. I checked in over an hour ago. I did it all on my phone. So before that happened, the guy was telling me that I was going to have to either pay to change my flight and pay someone or buy a new ticket. Now, you guys know I was not about to do that. I was like, the devil is a lie. I'm not doing that. So when he said no, he went to go ask somebody else. And the lady said, well, did she check in? I said, I checked in on my phone. She said, well, just let her go. In her mind, she's thinking, well, it doesn't really matter because she's not going to catch the flight. Now, honestly, I didn't really care to be on that flight as much as I knew that I did not want to pay for another ticket, because that was not an option, period. So I get there. We finally get to where I need to go, but I missed the flight. So I'm like, okay, fine. But they told me I could get on another flight 1 hour later and not have to pay for anything. Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this because initially they told me I was going to have to pay another. First they told me I couldn't even I couldn't get to the gate. They said, you're not going to happen. You're not going to get to the gate. Then they said, well, you're going to have to pay for another ticket. I wasn't having any of those options. So what happened? Because of my tenacity, because of the fact that my mind was already made up, I'm not paying for another ticket. I'm getting on a flight from Delta and I'm not paying for it. And I made it happen. Likewise, in your life, there are some people right now that should have started a business or should have started, applying for that new job or applying for school or whatever the case may be, but you haven't done it yet because it didn't work the first time. So what? If it didn't go through the first time, that doesn't mean you stop. Sometimes you have to go through several different times, and maybe it's just not the person you're speaking to. Whenever someone tells me no, that's you. Whenever someone tells me no, I immediately just say to myself, okay, you're just not the person to tell me yes. That's it. I don't take it as something personal. I don't take it as the end all be all. I'm just like, okay, well, you just can't give me the answer. Yeah, well, not anymore, Shaquila. After tonight, when someone tells you no, you're just going to keep it moving until somebody tells you yes. It's all about persistence. I'm telling you, there are things that have happened in my life, and they would have never happened had I not been persistent. For example, some of you may know that Monique, the actress and comedian, is also one of my mentors. And a couple of years ago, I was able to shadow her for the day. Now, I met Monique, I would say before I actually had the opportunity to shadow with her. She invited me to shadow with her, let's say, in 2006. It didn't actually happen until 2007. And let me tell you how it happened. It was because I was persistent. I called her office literally every single week. I called so much that her assistants knew me by heart. I would have full-fledged conversations with her assistants. Jackson, I don't understand what you're saying, but you can go ahead and translate that in English, hopefully. But yeah, so I would call every week and speak to all of her assistants until she changed like assistants maybe 3 or 4 times since I was calling. But guess what happened? Because I was persistent, I was able to finally get the chance to go and shadow her for the whole day with her and her whole entourage. And do that and create a relationship. That would have never happened if I said, oh, well, you know what? I called the first time. Oh, I didn't make it. She's not available. Oh, she's not available. And stopped. If I stopped, I would have never had that opportunity. It took a whole year, guys. She told me yes in 2006. It didn't happen until 2007. Likewise, There are things that are going on in your life, and it's not that God told you no. It's not that the opportunity isn't there. It's simply because you're not willing to be persistent enough until it happens. Hey, I'm his child. You have to be willing to be persistent long enough for the manifestation to come. And I think about the scripture verse that the kingdom will suffer violence and the violent take it by force. You have to be forceful in things to get it done. And then it talks about how, when God gave the children of Israel the promised land, right? He gave it to them. Welcome, Mr. Shep. So God gave them the promised land, right? But it wasn't like the promise that was there for them. They had to go and get it. He said to Joshua, go and possess the land. Go and possess the land. When you think of the word possess, that is a strong word. It talks about tenacity. It talks about going and getting something aggressively. You go and you make it happen. Welcome, Brazil. It's not a matter of you just saying, oh, well, God gave it to me. I'm going to walk. And, oh, they said, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to walk. No. It don't work like that. Something is yours, you go out and you get it. Somebody comes to your house right now that and you have, let's say you have money there or you have whatever it is there. If you know that it does not belong to them, you are not going to let them come into your home, take what belongs to you and just sit there and smile and say, oh, well, I guess they wanted it. No, you're going to be like, excuse me, have a seat. That's not yours. Likewise, you have to have that same tenacity when you have something that God has told you to do. There's vision inside of you. There's purpose inside of you. Some of you have so many books inside of you. Some of you have great ideas and talents and the creative ability to go forward and do things, but you're too busy wondering, why isn't it working the first time? Do you know how many times people have to fail in order to succeed? Do you know how much, I'm going to do another scope about my story, but guys, I was the same woman who's a homeless, disabled woman who is now a 2-time #1 best-selling author that inspires thousands of people on a daily basis. Why? Because I was persistent. I was persistent in what God told me to do. I did not allow what I saw, what I was feeling, or what I was going through to stop me from going to where I need to go. No does not mean stop. No just means either a detour or no means, you know what, you're just not the right person that I need to speak to. I will speak to every supervisor. I will call corporate. I will do whatever I have to do until it is time for me to get my yes. And why is that? Because the Bible lets me know that God's promises are yes and amen, which then means it's already done. Yeah, it's time to be that's right. It's time to be intentional and persistent. It's already done. It's not a matter of persistence takes money. No, persistence does not take money at all. At all, Leisha. Let me tell you something. I've started businesses with no money at all. None whatsoever. And why? Because my mind was already set. Persistence is a free gift. You have to be willing to operate it. That's it. Persistence is a matter of the will, the matter of the intent, and the courage within yourself. Being persistent can make you some money. And sometimes, it's not even about someone's skill set. It's not about how many degrees they may have, but it's a matter how persistent they are. Sometimes people win just by default. It's because they show up. Because they were consistently showing up, they won. Not because they were better than someone else. You see it all the time. You might be at work and you do your job way better than, Tiffany over there. But Tiffany is consistent. Tiffany's persistent. She may not be the best at what she does, but Tiffany is there every day. She comes, early sometimes. She leaves late sometimes. She'll be there whenever the managers call her for overtime. Tiffany is persistent. She is persistent in going after her goals. You may do the job better, but that's it. You know that you do the job way better than her, but you may not show up to work every day. You may come late. You may stay longer at your break time, but she doesn't. Why? Because she is persistent in going after what she believes is hers. So you'll see Tiffany get the raise and the promotion. You're looking at how she do that. I have 5 degrees and she only has, 2, and she was persistent. So persistent has nothing to do with money, but matter of the will, the intent, and the courage and the heart and the discipline to go after what it is that you believe you want. You have to make up your mind today that no matter what happens, I'm going to keep going and keep knocking until the door is finally open. And I've talked about this, the parable before in the Bible, how there was a woman who was a widow. And she went to a judge. This judge was an unruly judge, didn't care about anybody. And, she knew that because of her status as a widow, that they were supposed to take care of her, right? Now, she came literally every single day knocking on the judge's door to get this answer. Like, she needed his help. Now this judge said, listen, I don't care about your God. I don't care about God, period. I don't care about you. But I need to answer this woman and give her what she wants because she is persistent, because she is getting on my nerves and she won't leave me alone. Let me give her what she wants. Likewise in your life, there are things that are assigned for you that will come to you simply because you are persistent. It may not be the fact that your manager may not like you, the loan officer may not like you, but because you are persistent, those doors will be open unto you. There is something that, when you are a persistent person, it attracts the right kind of people. Persistence attracts the people that want to do something for you. People want to invest in other people that have vision, people that show a good work ethic, people that show that they are resilient, that no matter what happens, they're going to make it work. And that's what investors look for. Investors, obviously, they want to see what your plan is, what you've done before, how is your business or your idea going to give them their ROI. But aside from that, when it comes to character, they want to know how persistent is this person. If I give them my money, are they going to be resilient and making it happen? Are they going to stay up? Are they going to give what they need to give in order for them to win? They look for that. Persistence. Being persistent, no does not mean stop. If someone tells you no, figure out, maybe I need to evaluate something, because that's what no means sometimes too. Maybe I didn't go about this the right way. Maybe I didn't write out the business plan the way I needed to. Maybe I need to get more insight on this in this particular area. Reevaluate the situation and keep moving. Keep it moving. It does not mean stop. So whatever it is that you need to be doing today, whatever that call is in your life, whatever that passion inside of you is, stop. Don't stop, but keep it moving. And this goes with relationships also. A lot of times you've been brokenhearted and you've dealt with the pain and you don't want to, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore and all this kind of stuff. Don't let that stop you. It didn't work before. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Reevaluate yourself. Find out what you need to change, what needs to be better, and then be willing to be open to receive what God has for you. But don't stop. We never stop. We only pause for a moment to reevaluate and reassess and to become better, but we don't stop. We continue until we get what belongs to us. The kingdom suffereth violence, but the violent take it by force. Go and possess the land. Go and possess the land. What belongs to you is yours, but you got to go out there and get it. You got to make it happen. That's one thing, the Bible talks about how the children of the world are wiser than children of the light. And the reason why that is that, you think about people that don't serve your God, people that are just, out there in the world, that they are hustlers. They are making it happen. They let nothing stop them. How much more should you as a child of God? How much more should you be able to go with the favor of God surrounding you with the shield? How much more authority and power should you have to make things happen? I'm a New Yorker by heart. I was born here. And in New York, people make things happen. Everybody has a hustle. Everybody makes things happen. And they get, some people, like, there are vendors in the street. Many of them don't have their licenses, but you know what? They're out there anyway. Some have their licenses, but because of the rules they have here in New York, they have to move every certain, hour, certain days. And so police come after them, but they don't stop. They just figure, you know what? I got to drag this whole table with me in a different corner. But they go regardless because they are persistent. They understand there's a dream out there that they can actually obtain. There's a life out there that actually belongs to them. Even if they're not there yet, they can hold on to the dream and the graft in their heart. And they make it happen no matter what comes their way. So I urge you right now, if you are someone that decided to go to school and you got no because of your student loan or whatever the case may have been, go back. If you were someone that started a business or maybe it shut down and didn't work, go back and do it again. Reevaluate the situation, but make it happen. Do not stop at no. Keep it moving. Pause for a moment. Reevaluate. Get someone to counsel you. Get coaches. That's why it's very important to have coaches in your life. I not only coach people and help them change their lives, but I have coaches myself. I can only go, like John Maxwell talks about the law of the lid. If you are anyone all of you are leaders, so you all need to go read some type of information from John Maxwell. But he talks about the law of the lid. And the law of the lid says this: whatever is on top of that lid, that you can only go that high. Nothing can come up top. If you have a jar and you have, let's say, a butterfly in that jar, and the jar and the butterfly's in the jar, and the butterfly wants to come out, the butterfly can't go any higher than the lid. It's capped. Likewise, the people you have around you, likewise your mentorship. I can only go so far on my own. That's why I ensure that I am around people that can take me higher, that I can learn from, that I can grow from. And guys, don't forget to double tap the screen. But I can learn from, that can take me higher to where this God would have me to be. Likewise in your life, coaches are important. You need them in your life. And so if you need me to be a coach to help you, contact me on my website, SharitaLeon.com. But aside from that, you need to be willing to go outside of your comfort zone, make it happen, make no excuses. And actually, I think I was on a chef's on Periscope, and I think in his bio it says you can either make excuses or make history, something like that he said, and it's absolutely true. You either make history or make excuses. You can't do both. I'm about making history. I'm about making it happen. I'm about changing lives. I'm about giving God glory. And so you need to be about the same exact thing. You need to go out there and make it happen. Stop listening to all the outside voices or the inside voices that are telling you can't do it. You may have gotten no before. You may get no 10,000 times. But if 10,001 gets you a yes, then it was all worth it. If you got no all these years and that 1 year someone said yes, you still won. You are still winning. So with that being said, guys, I want you to go out there, make it happen. Tomorrow starts a new week. You know, a lot of you guys have the whole Monday blues. No, you need to go out there and make your Monday triumphant. Make this week triumphant. Declare what you want your week to be. Write it out. Create a strategic plan to make your week amazing and be a blessing to someone. And watch how God will move on your behalf. There is a blessing inside of you. There's a call inside of you waiting for you to go out there and make it happen. I'm telling you, it's not too late. Doesn't matter how many times you've been pushed back, no many times someone said no, no many times you felt you couldn't make it, no matter how much money you've lost. Let me tell you, in 2014, well, actually, last year, in the beginning of the year, the first quarter, second quarter, I was really upset and disappointed about some things. I had made some investments, and I feel like they were not bringing me any ROI at all. I was like, what is going on? And for a long time, it kept me disappointed to the point where I kind of just stopped. I was like in this place of just, I don't know, I was just like floating almost. I was like, I wasn't really trying. I wasn't really going to where I needed to because I was like, you know what? I'm tired. I'm disappointed. I just put all this money into this and nothing happened. And I paused for a good long time, got distracted. And then I was like, wait a minute, Sharita, what are you doing? You have come way too far to sit here and allow these situations to stop you from where you need to go. You pick right back up, use the gifts and talents that God has given you, go change some lives and make it happen. And that's exactly what I did. and that's exactly what I continue to do till this day. You can't stop. Have your moment, get back up, and keep it moving. The plan is still there. The purpose is still there. The vision is still there. The dream is still there. Nothing changes. But it's up to you to actually make it happen. Because God creates a life for us. He predestined us, preordained us, all that good stuff. But He will not force us to do anything whatsoever. It is totally up to you if you want to make it happen or not. Everything's waiting for you at the table. Everything is laid out for you. But it's up for you to make the first step, then the second. And it's amazing how things just begin to align themselves when you actually make the first step. When you make the first step, when you move, when you see things happen, God will position people in your life and so amazing. You're like, oh my gosh, I never knew this would have happened. I never knew I would have been able to do this. I never knew that I'd be able to speak to this person or this. It just happened by you taking the first initial step and continuing to walk. Be steadfast, unmovable, unshaken, and watch how God moves for you. So I want to thank you for watching. I'm probably going to be on again later tonight. Probably not because I need to go to sleep. I'm super tired. But you guys just got me fired up. But go ahead and go to SharitaLeon.com right now. Join the mailing list. And I have some information for you. And I also have a special coaching promotional just for you guys here on Periscope and on my mailing list. So go to SharitaLeon.com, join that, as well as follow me on Facebook at Coach Sharita, Facebook.com/Coach Sharita. Go to Instagram at Coach Sharita as well. And I look forward to working with you, speaking with you guys, and I'll be back tomorrow for prayer and some other stuff. And I may be back tonight. I don't know. But anyway, guys, be excited, be encouraged. Great things are in store for you. The best is yet to come. You have got to believe that. You got to be convinced that God is for you. And because he's for you, nothing and no one can be against you because we win. He always causes us to triumph. My pleasure, my pleasure. You have a good night as well, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And if you're watching the replay, go ahead and double tap the screen, share the love, and you can also share this with your followers. All right, everyone, have a good night, and I'll see you soon. Bye. My pleasure, Sabrina. Y'all might think my Periscope doesn't want to stop. Okay. Good night, y'all.